The question of how to build homes that are sustainable and energy saving has moved to the top of the academic agenda. In the latest in our series of feature reports from the United Kingdom, we visit the experimental low-energy housing estate in Nottingham University. The collection of houses are designed, built, improved and lived in by the research team. Here in the University of Nottingham in the East Midlands of the United Kingdom, on the attractive campus you can see a row of ordinary looking houses, but instead of a cosy interior you'll find a laboratory for architecture students.
It shouldn't be because, I mean, the one that is leaking is this part, which has... But there is here. Yeah. But there is here, and you see.
This is a lab that we have above the house. So one thing we're doing is live projects. So we want people to live in the house so we can see how the house performs, but we don't want to interrupt them and inconvenience them. So we actually do all our monitoring in a different room from the house. This is above the house.
Because I've reset it 3 times because it didn't do that.
Okay. But which one is this? Is this going up to the... So that actually goes back into the house. One of the things we're looking at is ventilation heat recovery. So we're looking at how we can provide energy efficient ventilation within the house itself. But we have observed that the system could potentially work more efficiently. And so what the students are doing is trying to understand how efficient the system is and where it could be made more efficient.
In Britain, architects have to scratch their heads about how to ventilate a home without opening the windows and letting out the warmth in winter. This clever heat recovery system sucks in cold air from the outside and exchanges it with warm air from the inside through an electric motor, so its heat warms up the incoming cold air. Ventilation is maintained, but the indoor air temperature does not drop too dramatically. Efficient heat recovery cuts energy consumption to a minimum.
Is there no insulation there? There's no insulation underneath it.
Yeah.
So actually that's why it's leaking. So it is.
Yeah. And that's why they use this stuff.
Yeah. So there's...
The students keep records, run tests and make observations and adjustments. In Britain, energy saving and sustainable construction are not just academic pursuits, but real applications to be put into practice, which is what attracted this Italian PhD student to Nottingham.
As a visiting PhD student, is actually to practice and to experiment something that in other places we would just study theoretically. So in a way, this is the sweet part of being a PhD student in Nottingham, where there is a lot of experimentation, actually finding out how things do really perform in terms of energetically behaviors.
From building it to living inside it, the students are not just the architects, but the occupants of this low-carbon house. The hands-on experience helps them test the feasibility of the latest energy-saving innovations.
Is that sustainability and a consideration of the environment should underpin all of our teaching. That the students then got involved in the design process and the construction process, so they actually got hands-on experience, which meant that they had a much fuller understanding of the sustainable aspects of that particular project.
Inside the classroom, the students sit together in group discussions. Outside, they put their theories into practice. Like a factory of ideas, the university is turning out the next generation of low-carbon architects.